Neuroscience is an extremely fascinating field, but there is one phenomenon that is truly incredible: neuroplasticity. Do you ever wonder why practicing an instrument makes playing it later easier? Or how reviewing your biovocabulary terms over several days seems to work better than cramming all at once? Well, you can thank synaptic and structural neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is the brain's, or more specifically the nervous system's, ability to adapt and rewire in response to external and internal stimuli. It allows our brain to continuously grow, learn new things, and form habits. As we review information or repeat a skill, we strengthen the neural pathways, lowering the threshold required to stimulate the neuron. Let's take a closer look at the inner workings of the neuron. The neuron consists of a couple main parts: the dendrites that receive chemical signals, called neurotransmitters, the cell body that hosts the nucleus, the axon that transmits chemical signals and builds the electrical imbalance necessary for the neuron to fire through the sodium-potassium pump, and the axon terminal that releases the signal to be picked up by the next neurotransmitter. Another important component to note is the myelin sheath surrounding the axon that protects the neuron's electrical impulses from degrading, similar to the coating on an electric wire. Now you may be wondering, how does this relate back to neuroplasticity? Well, as you continuously use the same neural pathways, you increase the amount of neurotransmitters being released in the synaptic gap, the space between neurons. This can also cause the amount of receptors to increase as well, leading to quicker and more effective communication between your neurons. Additionally, the dendrites and the axon terminal branches between the neurons can increase, strengthening their synaptic connection. I know this is a lot of information, so let's use an example. Let's say you just moved to a new city and are trying to find your way to your workplace. The first time you walk there may seem new and confusing, and you may even need to use a map. But the more times you walk the same path, the easier and more familiar it becomes, until eventually you feel as though you could walk it in your sleep. The same thing happens with your neurons. The more you use them, the stronger they become, and the easier it is to remember things. So the next time you have an important test coming up, try not to wait until the last second to study.